Hi there, welcome to my kitchen. Today's tutorial is going to be food prep. And for me, food prep helps to keep me on point with my nutrition. And I use the word nutrition instead of diet because for me, it is about creating a nutritious meal plan. And I don't like the word diet anyway. They're hard to stick with. But honestly, investing a little bit of time and some money and some good organic food will keep your medical bills down. Being sick is expensive. So when you want to buy organic and you see that the non-organic pieces are less expensive, buy them. Trust me, it is so beneficial for you. So let's talk about what you need to get started. I've got a couple of tools. Super easy, I'm sure you have them in your kitchen. So first thing I do is I have I have two roasting dishes. I like to line them with foil for an easy clean. Super easy. I don't want to spend my time in the kitchen cleaning. A steamer, you can get one of these online, super cheap and easy, and just stick it in to a nice pot. You've got your steamer ready. Then your products. So you want to get some broccoli and cauliflower and more broccoli. Gotta have broccoli. And carrots, fresh carrots. For my salad business, I like to have some purple cabbage, a carrot, and some radish. And super easy, get a box of greens. Make sure it's organic. So that'll cut down some of your time as well. The other thing you'll need as a tool is a grater, cutting board, and a really sharp knife. Don't get frustrated with a dull knife, it's very frustrating. So what I like to do is I like to start with my potatoes. Ooh, I didn't tell you about my sweet potatoes. So sweet potatoes are better than white potatoes. Why? Because they're low glycemic, so it doesn't spike your blood sugar as high. Super healthy for you. Get the white ones, the purple ones, the yellow ones, the orange ones, but make sure it is a sweet potato or also known as a yam. And what I like to do is I like to cut them into quarters, as you can see here. So I cut them into quarters and I put them here. And then I'll fill this up. Super easy is you're going to drizzle them with olive oil. You can be generous. Salt and pepper. And then we can fill that up. I usually spend about an hour roasting these at about 350 degrees. So I like to get that going in my oven first while I do all my other food prep. So let me go ahead and cut up the rest of these potatoes. All right, next up is roasted and steamed veggies. And I like to do that process together. So all my chopping and dicing, and boom, I drop it into my two utensils. So of course you gotta have broccoli, and more broccoli. Broccoli is absolutely the most important ingredient. The cruciferous vegetable is incredible for you, anti-cancer, super healthy, and of course you wanna get organic. I like to get like a little floret, what I call bite size. Okay, so chop those up nicely, throw those into your roasting pan, throw the other half into your steaming pot. So you're gonna cut up all of your veggies and you're gonna get everything done in one foul swoop. Guys, here we go. We take a handful here, and we take a handful here. So you got half steam and half roasted. So it gives you a little variety with a meal during the week. So of course you gotta have some cauliflower is a classic, and carrots are always just a great roasted vegetable. I try to think about my meals as colors. So I don't always wanna eat one color, and I like to add a little bit of variety for that. So let's go ahead and cut all this up, and we're gonna distribute it evenly. Veggies are all ready to go, so I'm gonna drop these onto the stove, and I get a pretty good size heat because I want it to steam. So set timer for 18 minutes. Let's try that.
Okay, 18 minutes and counting.
Well, thank you. Now for our roasted veggies, you know what's missing? Some fresh rosemary. So let's head out to the garden. So I'm gonna save the fresh basil for my salad dressing. I'll tell you about that in a second. So just gonna rinse this. I don't know where you live, but rosemary is a pretty powerful plant. It grows in a lot of different conditions. So I like to strip the little pieces on and sprinkle that around. Not too much. And then I just lay these guys right on top just to kind of get like the essence. Of course, all-time favorite, classic olive oil. Not too much. A little salt. I'm skipping the pepper. Usually it's about the same time, about 18 to 25 minutes, depending on the heat. I've got my raw stuff, I've got my steamed stuff, and I've got my roasted stuff. So now I want to move on to our proteins. So if you are a vegetarian, that might be tofu for you, some quinoa or beans or all of those things combined, and I just like to prep those and make those ahead of time. I'm going to be doing chicken and fish. So I get a piece of whole fish. I got a guide. So I got some really, really fresh fish here now. And then I get a whole chicken. I make sure that it is free range, organic, happy chickens make me happy. So I want to be really mindful of those when you're making those choices. So what I do is I like to take the whole chicken out here and I debone the whole thing. Boom. This is a game changer, right? So I just kind of take it apart. I just use my hands. Make sure your station is clean, of course. And don't forget to save your extra pieces for stock. You gotta make your veggie stock because then you know it's organic, then you know it's natural, then you know it's healthy. I just throw it in a side and I usually throw it in a bag and I put it in my freezer. So whenever I'm gonna make my next pot of soup or anything that needs some stock, I'm gonna have homemade stock. I'll save that for another tutorial. But make sure you put that aside and save it. Okay, moving on to our salad bar. So I usually have like a medium small box. Got cabbage, radish, and a carrot. So again, I'm looking for colors. I want to have a little bit of colors and I want to have a little bit of some flavor in there. So radish is a great way to add a little zing to your salad. I love it. And what I like to do is to grate it. And we're also going to do that with the carrots, okay? All right, so salad was super quick and easy. I added all my ingredients. It looks like a layered cake. You can pretend, right? And then you give it a shake. You give it a shake. And you're probably already good at that, right? Boom, tossed salad. So the key with your salad prep is don't put avocado or tomatoes or cucumber in it. Leave that on the side because it makes it soggy. So you keep everything really tasty and crunchy and you have a nice fresh salad to go. So what you're gonna do later is you're just gonna open it and throw it onto your plate and you've got Insta salad ready. So I just throw that right into the fridge. Okay, so let's move on to our proteins. I'm gonna be doing chicken and fish. So I get a piece of whole fish. I got a guide. So I got some really, really fresh fish here now. And then I get a whole chicken. I make sure that it is free range, organic, happy chickens make me happy. So I want to be really mindful of those when you're making those choices. So what I do is I like to take the whole chicken out here and I debone the whole thing. Boom. This is a game changer, right? So I just kind of take it apart. I just use my hands. Make sure your station is clean, of course. And don't forget to save your extra pieces for stock. You gotta make your veggie stock. All right, so I've got everything chopped and ready to go. Ready to throw onto a salad or my veggies or wherever I wanna do with that. Really fun and important, we're gonna have homemade chicken broth. So I'm gonna take all these bones and extra pieces. It's okay if there's a little bit of meat on there, that just makes it extra juicy. I put them back in the bag. I take it back and I save the bones and I throw those in the freezer with my veggie stock. So I'm gonna have chicken stock and veggie stock. So being really practical and not wasteful. So important. We need to, do all that we can to recycle. My fish, my other protein, I usually like to prepare it the same day. And even if I can, I like to buy it and prepare it the same day. So it's a really quick and easy thing to do to heat up, and you've got all the salads and veggies and all your other things to go with it. So what I like to do is I like to make a coating of flax seeds and pumpkin seeds. So these are my two favorites. You can get super creative with that. The thing to remember about flax seeds is your body can't digest them unless they're broken up, unless they're cut or soaked. So I threw it in my Vitamix. I already did that, so it just turned into powder. I've got flour here. And then I add hemp seeds because they're kind of got a little crunch to it. So you can add that in here. Adds a little bit of color. You can put sesame seeds, you can put black sesame seeds. You gotta have salt. Salt is key. Oh, that's pepper. You gotta have pepper. And salt. So both of those are really good and delicious. Now, I just swoop that around a little bit, give it a little swirl, and then I just press it in. Now I'm gonna do a quick fry, and the beauty of it's 3 minutes on each side and then let it sit for 3 minutes. That's key because the fish keeps cooking, and overcooked fish is not very good. So, well, first of all, let me talk about this. It's called Ceramica. Okay, so this is a brand that I use, and I highly recommend it. It has lasted me years and years and years. Why? Because it has a ceramic coating, so there's no Teflon or any of that nylon that's gonna seep into your food. So really important that this is also part of my health and nutrition. So this is part of my health and my nutrition. So pay attention to those things, read your labels, and know what you're working with. For high heat, coconut oil is best. Don't use olive oil unless you're on a very low heat because it changes the composition of the oil. It doesn't make it healthy for you. So I'm very generous with my olive oil. Boom. Olive oil is good, lots of MCT, good for the brain, good for the skin. You can just like rub it everywhere. And then I take on a high heat, I let that fire get nice and hot. Wait about 2 minutes or so. We'll go ahead and jump ahead. And then I just take my fish in and drop it in. And importantly, don't cover it. You want to get a nice like crispy on each side. So you should hear a little sizzle when you drop it in, and then just set your timer for 3 minutes. Really simple, really easy, and super tasty. And now you are ready for the week ahead. You have all your food prep ready to go. So you want to have a salad, some protein, grab some veggies. You can do a bowl. You can do absolutely anything. So remember, this is a lifestyle. This is not a diet. The word diet has the word die in it, and we are all about living and life and nutrition. So check it out. Everything is ready to go, and that's it. Super simple. And finally, I've got a few tips for your dressings. For my salad dressing, and even on my I always eat out of a bowl, my food, is a good quality olive oil and salt and lemon or lime. That's it. So simple. So you've got like a little press, you can get some juice out of that. You can also get what I call surprise mystery ingredient. So you can have stuff on the other side that will spice up the meal because it can get a little boring to eat the same thing every day, week after week, month after month. So a great way to like just give a little like pop to the food is fresh basil. Just chop it up. You can also put it in a blender to make a nice sauce or dressing. Also, miso paste. It's amazing. It's a little bit salty, so it's got a little bite to it, and it can be a little bit sweet. Make sure it's organic. And this guy, this is coconut aminos, liquid aminos. Really important, don't buy the blossom. There's coconut blossom and there's coconut aminos. The blossom is really high in sugar. Another fun thing is olives and capers. And that's it. You can get creative with seeds, pumpkin seeds, pine seeds, pine nuts, like anything that you can think of that you enjoy to eat, you want to make it enjoyable and delicious so that you will continue to come back to that food and eat healthy and enjoy it in every meal. And if you want to get super ambitious, you can make yourself some fresh celery juice. So juicing, that's a whole nother tutorial. But the main thing about juicing is I don't use fruit. Too high in glycemic, too much sugar in that without the fiber. So cheers and bon appetit. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Live, love, dance, inspire.